Hello and welcome everybody. J-Man back for another music reaction here. We are going to continue our walk through the newest Nightwish album, Yesterwynde. I got it right for all of you out there that have been complaining to me that I was mispronouncing the name of the album. Sorry for that. I am not somebody that tends to go and research exactly how to pronounce words all the time. So forgive me if I get something wrong every now and then. It's not to be disrespectful, but anyways. So we're going to listen to Lanternlight. This is, from what I understand, kind of a fan favorite. I remember seeing comments in some of my other videos for Yesterwynde that this was one that people were wanting me to react to. So looking forward to it. I definitely am enjoying the music from the new album. It sounds very much in line with the previous album. And so, like I said, I've said it in all of my videos. It seems like Tuomas is sort of turning a corner here and going into kind of a different phase of his musical composition. And he still throws us a bone every now and then of something a little more metally, rocky, that I think most of us cut our teeth on Nightwish with. So I do enjoy that, but interested to see what they've got here. Let's go ahead. Let's check it out. So we've got Nightwish, Lanternlight. Let's get it.
Gone is the hurt, the weight.
I like it already.
Gone is the warmth of day. A stray boat saved happy memories engraved. Oh, into a velvety night beneath the lantern light.
Okay, real quick pause here, just fairly early on. I like to make a quick pause just to get my initial thoughts out. Yeah, so this is clearly, so far, doesn't sound anywhere close to the metally realm, and that's completely fine. I don't expect everything by Nightwish to be symphonic metal, right? That's where they sort of planted their feet in the music industry early on. But they've always had some more, at least one or two sort of down tempo songs, I feel like, on their albums. And this actually sort of feeds a request that I had made when listening to some of the earlier songs. So I felt like on Human Nature and on Yesterwynde here, I felt like the composition, Tuomas's composition on these last couple albums, have sort of painted Floor into a little bit of a box where to meet the tempo and the orchestration that Tuomas was looking for, it didn't allow Floor that vocal freedom to sort of, put those extra floor touches on the song that I love so much. And I feel like this is going to be the song that's going to allow that. And where Floor's starting out in the song here so far, she's in that place where, yeah, we're getting to hear that very beautiful tone to her voice, that sort of that richer tone that she has in her voice that she can reach. And I'm really liking it. So I'll try to keep it short here. I'm sure we're going to have plenty more to talk about as we go on, but I'm liking it so far. I'm liking what we're getting from the composition and from Floor's vocals so far. So let's back it up a smidge. We'll keep on going.
Lantern light. Last night brought the heaviest of snow.
Okay, another quick pause here. So, loved that sort of piano interlude that we had there. Um, I still say that Tuomas is, if not my favorite, he's in my top three um, modern composers. And I'm not talking like, classical music composers. I'm talking, what he does. He's been called the metal Mozart. And I 100% agree with that moniker for him. But just what he does with his keys, with the keyboard stuff that he does, whether it's piano or synthesizer or whatever, he does a lot of different variants of keys in his music. It always touches my heart. There's something about the compositions that he does with the keys and with all of the rest of the instrumentals in the music he does. This one is very heavily just sort of piano driven. He does something that just resonates with me, and it touches my heart. And I love that about Tuomas. It's in the interviews that I've heard from him, and just listening to the things he talks about and writes about more recently, I feel like he is a kindred spirit. I feel like he cares about the things I care about, and he writes about those sorts of things, and I love that in him. And so, anyways, again, sorry that little piano interlude got me a little emotional, and I just wanted to kind of talk about that, but also loving where we're at in Floor's tone, her register for the vocals here so far. It's just she again, Tuomas right there, if not the top in the top three, composers in the realm of this genre of music for me. Floor, if not at the top, in the top three of female vocalists for this genre. And I just absolutely love her. I can't get enough of Floor. So loving it so far. Let's back it up a smidge and we'll keep on going.
I'm in the light and flood. I'm in the fall winds.
A lot of reference to the watch or time.
I am the snow on your palm. I am the secret stream, lost beneath your feet. I am you who clouds
Quick pause here. Sounds like we're maybe getting Troy joining the party here. So uh, don't mistake what I'm saying here. I'm not that egotistical to even begin to think that uh, what I'm saying is supposed to be taken literally. But I feel like this song is doing for me what I was asking for from Tuomas as we reacted to the first four songs I think that we've heard from Yesterwynde. Um, I was begging for a floor focused um, floor vocal focused song, and we got it here. Okay, this is what I was begging for. Letting Floor and her magnificent soaring voice out of that box that I feel like some of the songs sort of paint her in, and letting her just go wild with the vocal. And that last section of the song that we had there was Floor in that register of hers that I feel is the most pure and beautiful that she has. Clearly, we all know she's classically trained. She's got that beautiful sort of soprano voice. And when she went into that last, I don't know if what you want to call it, whether it was um, a sorry, I'm having a bit of a brain blank, but anyways, bottom line, that last section as she did it was absolutely beautiful. Touched me very deeply. I just it made me so happy to hear Floor going into that part of her voice. That's the part of the voice of her voice that just makes me smile on the inside, right? So yeah, I feel like there are in the visuals that we're seeing here. We keep seeing the stopwatch in the snow, and I feel like that is a kind of a reference to this theme that we've been seeing over the last couple of albums, where I think Tuomas is recognizing the passage of time as you get older. You start to look back and recognize um, time passing and maybe how much time is behind you and maybe how little time you have in front of you. Once you get past 40, 50 years old, like me, time sort of takes on a different meaning for you. When you're younger, you don't think about time. You don't think about how much you've got left and what's in front of you and things. You're more in the moment, just living your life and doing your things and living carefree. But then the older you get, the more you start to think about time and the passage of time and how little time you might have left in front of you. And I'm definitely facing that part of my life. And it seems like Tuomas is kind of referencing that in a number of places in his music that he's writing more recently. But yeah, again, loving this. While it is more down tempo, it's not anything in the realm of the symphonic metal um, that Nightwish sort of made their name with. But I love this song. I love just the feel and the vibe and the vocals and the piano. And now we're going to get to hear a little bit of Troy, it sounds like. So looking forward to that. Let's back it up, smidge, and we'll probably finish it out from here.
I walk now toward the trees. I am the silver stream. The night falling at my feet into the forest of Yesterwynde.
Hmm, the projector. Okay. Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. All right. So, yeah, again, I feel like that was what I felt was missing from this new album for me. Again, something um, cutting floor free, letting her use all of the facets of her beautiful voice. And I got it. We got that from the last album as well. There were parts of that album where I was like, okay, yeah, this is really cool, and I like this. And we had going to make me a little nostalgic, but we had some great bits by Marco in the last album, and you know, it just, yeah, I feel like Tuomas has definitely turned a corner. He's moving in a new direction, and that's fine. And I'm there to make that journey with Tuomas, wherever he wants to go. Uh, I'm buying the ticket. I'm going on the journey with him. I feel like the last album, it took me a couple of listens through to really sort of um, to get it and you know to love it fully. Um, but I think that happens with any band when they go through a slight metamorphosis and they're doing something new. It's not quite exactly what they had done before. I went through a little bit of that with Pearl Jam. You know, Pearl Jam was this alt grunge sort of band early on, very intense and heavy, and spoke to some, well, their later music did too, but spoke to some very relevant topics of the time. And then they made that shift as they got older into you know, a little mellower sort of a sound, and different instrumentals and different sort of vocals, and things like that. And I feel like that's kind of the shift that's going on for Nightwish here in Tuomas with his composition. And like I said, please don't mistake any of the stuff that I've said before about, you know, feeling like Tuomas was painting Flora into a box. That's not meant to criticize Tuomas as much as it was more just a longing for some of um, that wide-ranging vocal ability of Floor, where you know some of the newer songs they require of Floor to sort of stay in a lane and sort of focus on that to be able to match what the song is asking for, and that's something that Floor does magnificently, right? She does not She's not one of those singers that points the finger and says, hey, look at me, look at what I can do. You know, I can hit these high notes, I can do these lows, I can do these growls. She does what the song asks of her, and does that magnificently. But then there are some songs that Nightwish does that allow her a little bit of freedom to kind of play and show us, you know, those vocal chops that she's got. And I feel like this was one of those songs that, you know, Tuomas wrote that allowed her that freedom, took those constraints off of her and allowed her to really soar. And I'm here for it. I love that. Um, so far, probably my favorite song that we've reacted to from Yesterwynde. But again, I've only listened to most of them once. So now that I've reacted to some of them, I'm always a little bit leery of putting new Nightwish stuff into a playlist, because then if I do happen to listen to a non-curated list of mine, then I'll start to get their other songs, and I don't want to spoil them for the reaction side of things. So I'm looking forward to listening to the album, because I do feel like this album is another one of those where, and Tuomas is famous for this. All of the albums I am familiar with, the albums have a theme, a running theme, right? So you kind of have to hear the whole thing together to get the big picture of what Tuomas is trying to paint for us. And I can't wait to get through this full album, reacting to the songs, and get that place where I can listen to the whole album through a few times and get myself to that place where I really get what Tuomas is going for with this. But I absolutely love this. And as a matter of fact, the stuff I was talking about with time, I finally looked up the meaning of Yesterwynde, and it says that um, it's a coined word created by Troy, to describe a deeply nostalgic, emotional connection to the past, memory, and the better angels of human nature. So sounds like I was on target with what I was thinking in terms of the connection to time and passage of time and looking to the past and things like that. So yeah, I think I blabbered long enough here. Again, so far my favorite song that I've reacted to from the Yesterwynde album. Really loved that. Loved the piano work. Loved the composition by Tuomas. Loved the vocals. Loved the vocals by Floor. Loved the vocals by Troy there near the end. So yeah, big time love for that song. So thanks to everybody who's watching out there. If you did enjoy my reactions, please drop a like. Shoot me a comment and let me know what you think about this song, where you think I should go next in my reactions. You can put requests for reactions in the comment section of my videos or over on our Discord in the music reaction channel over there. But thanks to everybody for watching. Hope you have a good rest of your day. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.